Well, thank you very much. It's a very important day and an important announcement with great friends of mine. I think I can say this group is every one of them. I rate a 10. I can't always say that, even if they're Republicans, and these are Republicans, great Republicans. I want to thank you all for being here for this important announcement, 7 years in the making. As you know, this has been going on for a long period of time, and I am thrilled to report that the U.S. Space Command headquarters will move to the beautiful locale of a place called Huntsville, Alabama, forever to be.
Congratulations to Alabama. Trump gave them a big investment that y'all don't even believe. To have the space station in your state, in your town, in your county, do you know how much revenue that brings? Let's get applause for revenue. Y'all do like money, right? That's millions and millions of dollars. How can you not like a president that brings money to your town? Let's get started with the show. Like, subscribe, and thank you for clicking that button. Welcome to Deeply Disgusted.
Known from this point forward as Rocket City. Okay, so Huntsville, Alabama, we love Alabama. I only won it by about 47 points. I don't think that influenced my decision, though, right? That didn't, right? But we had a lot of competition for this, and Alabama's getting it. Huntsville in particular, so congratulations, everybody. Katie, congratulations. This will result in more than 30,000 Alabama.
Now, compare this to Biden. What investments had Biden made besides changing you into a man from a woman? Well, a woman to a man. What else has he done? What else? Please, somebody come and explain that. And we will stop this beef between the conservative mind and the liberal mind. Let's get to it.
Jobs and probably much more than that, and hundreds of millions of dollars of investment, and that's billions because it can't be millions, it's billions and billions of dollars.
Trump here looking kind of good nowadays, right? What he using? What new gel he got? What new presidential gel he using now? Let me find out. Let me find out he in the black aisle of the beauty salon. He in the black extra gel aisle. He got that extra gel. It's looking good, though, in the middle. He need to fix that little piece right there, but and that's what it is, man.
Most importantly, this decision will help America defend and dominate the high frontier, as they call it. I want to thank Secretary Pete Hegseth. He's doing a fantastic job. And Secretary of the Air Force, Troy Mink. Troy, thank you very much. Great job you're doing, Troy. This is such a...
I love how Trump always congratulate other people that surround him. He never just put, like, the congratulations on himself. He always makes sure that other people voices are heard. Other people work is acknowledged. That's a president.
A big deal. This is one that everybody wanted to know. What are you doing? I also want to thank Senators Katie Britt, and I want to give my condolences, your grandmother.
As usual, right place, right time, for the right reason. In your first administration, you established the Space Force at a time when we knew we had to be looking to that domain of space. You also reestablished SpaceCom.
He always sharp, right? I call him the Batman of politics. I call him the Batman of politics. He's always sharp. And he come out with his chest out, hair slicked back, and he look like he's smashing all the chicks in Congress, if you ask me. But, you know, he's a married man, so you don't want to spread that gossip. But he always looking right. And I love how he wear the flag right there. He always had the flag nicely, neatly folded in his left pocket. So dope.
ensure that priority was put in place. And you, through the Air Force, independently identified that Huntsville, Alabama was the right place to put it. For other reasons, in the next administration under Biden, they decided to move it somewhere else. Well, during that time, the DoD Inspector General, the Government Affairs Office, they did their own assessments. And where did they say Spacecom should go? Huntsville, Alabama. So what you're doing today, Mr. President, is restoring it to precisely where...
You know Biden would sleep the half of his admission. Anyway, so we not even going to focus on that too much. You know he would sleep halfway during his administration, so he don't know. You talking about where to put a spaceship and where to put a space station. Man, that man didn't even know where to put his dentures half the time. He didn't know if it was on the top drawer or the bottom drawer.
Where it should be based on what the Space Force, the Air Force, your leadership believes will give us strategic advantage in the future. That is Huntsville, Alabama. We are way...
All right, okay. Let's see what we got next on the agenda.
Can you talk about the strategic benefits by having Space Force Command headquartered in Huntsville?
Well, it just works because we have so much else there. And having a central, you could call it a central command.
Now, you hear that. You hear what the reporter asked him. He asked him, can you tell us the benefits of having a space station right there in Alabama? You know, this is for people who don't listen or read. You know, these are for the people that's going to go, oh, Trump, he just does whatever he wants. No, there are specialists. There are like, I don't know who they are, but they're professionals who tells the president the best place. He just don't go and just willy-nilly just picks a spot to put a space station.
Command, but it really is a command station. Also, even locationally, where it is, and when you think about flying distances, if you can save a half an hour as fast as some of these planes go and things go, and even the rockets go, if you can save by having the best location. So we went out, as you know, to experts, and we had 4 different groups of experts. They all said this was the best location. I also loved it from the standpoint, I know the people of Alabama, they are great people, work hard, and there's no games, and they're very proud of it. And I would say they fought harder for it than anybody else also.
Yeah, I have a dear heart to Alabama too myself. I actually went to high school in Alabama, my last 2 years of high school in Tuskegee, Alabama, and I met some amazing people that I think about to this day. And even though I'm not in touch with almost 90-something% of them, but I think about them. I think about the good times I had in definitely Alabama. So when Trump says the Alabama people are good people, and he's not lying. They are. They are. I mean, everywhere got their problems. But as far as the people as a whole, I mean, the good citizens of Alabama, some dope people, man. Dope. Real dope. But let's see what else we got on this agenda. Let's see.
Thing that a lot of people like, I sort of liked it. It'd have to be studied, but they're trained. They know about weapons. You can't do it with every teacher because most teachers don't know, and you know. But I always thought that would be an alternative. But it just we've had a lot of instances. Other countries have also. They have different kinds of problems than we have, but we do have this.
Okay, he's talking about. What do y'all think about that? Like giving teachers guns. Like imagine your teacher is in your class standing in the corner watching y'all take a test and she's holding an AK-47. Like just imagine that. I mean, I'm just going extreme with it. You know, we all know that's not what's going to happen, but what do y'all feel about that? Like do you want your teacher to have a Glock 9? You know? What if something's not right with her? I mean, I'm sure the state going to make sure they do, you know, mental tests. And if you're a teacher teaching kids, I'm sure you got to go through extra layers of making sure that the kids are safe with you with a Glock 9 in the classroom.
There's something going on, and it's a bad thing. Yes, please.
Have you spoken with President Putin in the past week? Have you spoken with President Putin in the past week?
I don't.
Ooh, she ain't bad looking. She kind of cute. Is she Puerto Rican? You Puerto Rican? Hey, mama. Hey, mama. She not bad. And she reported, oh, y'all. See, it be a lot of little cutie high-class working girls, and they so geeked out, they don't really go on dates. They still busy. They already got like 2 masters, and they still working on 2 more masters. Like, they whole life, they spend going to school. Some of them, they got a family while they go to school. I mean, those the ones that at least they have a family. But a lot of them, man, nothing ever even touched that wound. Nothing even touched that wound. Nothing even came out the wound. And they working on masters number 5. I never could understand that.
I have learned things that will be very interesting. I think in the next few days you'll find out.
Will there be any consequences if there isn't some type of announcement of a meeting with President Putin and President Zelensky?
Yeah,
and what could those consequences be?
We're going to see what happens. We're going to see what they do and what happens.
Man, Trump going to blow everybody up. Everybody getting blown to smithereens. You see, look at Trump's face right now. He's like, no, wish you never asked me that question in public, but me and the team was talking about it, and I know Biden, sleepy Joe, I know he'll just sleep through the whole thing like this. But me, my eyes are wide awake. And if Putin if he don't decide to make things good with Ukraine, I might have to blow him to smithereens. That's what's on his mind.
Watching it very closely. Last week they lost 7,000 between the two countries, 7,313 soldiers to be somewhat exact, for no reason whatsoever. And they're Russian and they're Ukrainian, but they're soldiers. I want to see it end. Yeah.
Have you decided you're definitely going to send National Guard troops to Chicago?
Damn right he is. He going to send them straight to Chicago. Y'all YNs is in trouble. You better put away your little Pooh Shiesty mask. You better put it up for retirement. You better put that Pooh Shiesty mask up for retirement, because Trump is coming for you. Trump is coming for you. How old are you, 22? Yeah, we're going to pass that 22 to 52 law in Chicago. You mess up at 22, you ain't coming out till you at least 52. And that's going to be law, legislation, brother. Not y'all block laws talking about you own the block. And you don't even got not one name on any property. But you own the block, right? Huh?
I didn't say when, but the answer is, look, Chicago's very interesting because I watched Pritzker get up and say we don't need help, we're safe. But 2 weeks ago, they had 6 people murdered, and they had 24 people hit by bullets.
It's like the Democrats don't care about y'all getting assassinated every day in your own neighborhood. The Democrats could care less. Trump is actually, when you think about the psychology of what he's doing something without even having to say anything. He's proven a point that the Democrats don't care about you. He don't care if you have generations and generations living in squalor. You have generations and generations. You got your great-grandmother and y'all still on Section 8? How your family y'all been on Section 8 since the 60s. It's 2025. Y'all still in Section 8 and the Democrats are fine with that? Matter of fact, they'd rather extend your Section 8 for another 20 decades. As long as you keep voting, they could care less. They could care less if your sons are getting shot every day and your girls are turning into whores.
Last week, as you know, it was 7 people, 24 people hit, and 7 people died. And then over the last 2 days, that was the crown jewel. They had, I guess, 9 or 10 killed, and 50 hit with bullets. And you have this governor.
Imagine a city with 50 people. 50 people got killed in a matter of 2 to 3 days. And you got the governor saying, no, we good. We don't need no help. You got the mayor saying, oh, we finally went to our legislation and we passed a few laws. He never passed any laws that got to do with crime. You know what he did when he came into office? You know the setup? He took away the shot spotters. So when they doing their little shootouts with the blickies, you know the little, the what they call it, the ones that shoot fast with all the guns that spray out, the bullets will spray all over the place, right? Those they shooting all day and there's no shot spotters, and he don't care. You know why? Because he's in the governor's house. His family's safe. He got good Wi-Fi. He got food. He could send security, police to go get whatever he want to do. He got police decal. He could care less.
Ghetto, who's a terrible governor, probably he and Gavin Newsom would be probably the two worst and most naive. They're naive. Either they're naive or they're very untruthful. And he'll say,
how about they just straight up just dumb? How about that?
We don't want any protection. We don't need. So in the last 3 weeks, he's lost almost 20 people killed.
Matter of fact, I saw a news update that Governor Newsom is finally in legislation to try to stop crime. Ain't that something? Wow. What? That's some good timing, you know? Wow. How long he been governor? Somebody do the research for me. I don't got time to look him up.
Killed. There's no place in the world, including you can go to Afghanistan, you can go to places that you would think of. They don't even come close to this. Chicago is a hellhole right now. Baltimore is a hellhole right now. Parts of Los Angeles are terrible. If we didn't put out the fires, and I mean the other fires, the bullet fires, they didn't do a good job with, they should have had the water coming down, like I said. You know, we had to release the water. We had to go in and release the water to LA. It's so badly run. But if I didn't send the National Guard into Los Angeles, I would be making
The Democrats wanted the city to burn. They wanted another George Floyd because Trump became president. They don't care about your city. They don't care about your neighborhood. They're just there to make sure they create a good legacy for their family and get filthy rich, while you stay right there in apartment A27 with the roaches.
announcement today, I'd be talking about Huntsville, and I'd simultaneously be saying, by the way, the Olympics is not coming to Los Angeles. If we didn't do that, and even the sheriff, the top law enforcement person in Los Angeles said, appreciate it. But there were other people in this room that have been hurt very badly just walking down the street in D.C. Washington, D.C. is a safe zone right now. It's a safe city. The restaurants are open. They're booming. You can't get a restaurant. New restaurants are announcing that they're going to be open. This took place in 12 days. Now it's 15 days, but 3 days ago it became what's known as a safe zone. It's a safe city. And this city was really bad. Really, really bad. We took 1,600 people out. Hardcore.
You know my biggest pet peeve? When I look on the news and I see liberal white people that probably never lived nowhere near any hood. Never grew up in no hood, never had to go through the mental slavery of hearing gunshots and seeing things that you shouldn't see as a little kid, you know? You shouldn't have to see people leaning every day. That's not normal like this. Like, you know how the dope fiends be like, that's not normal. A kid should not be watching that. Point blank, period. At all. How long we gonna go with generations and generations and generations of our cities and our neighborhoods looking like shit? We need to clean it up. It's about time. There's no time for programs right now. Programs are over. We could go back to Head Start another time, you know?
Criminals that will not be coming back anytime soon. And we're very proud of it. You know, to have our nation's capital lose every week. You know, it was like years, many years, where every single week somebody was killed for many, many, many consecutive weeks. This went on for years. And then we had, last week it was announced that nobody was killed last week. And I made that announcement in front of a very distinguished leader of a country. And I'm saying proudly, ladies and gentlemen, nobody was killed in Washington, D.C. this week. He looked at me like, what's that all about? I say, yeah, we have a little bit of a crime problem, and we don't have a crime problem in Washington anymore. And the mayor has been very helpful, and the police commission has been very helpful, and it's been a great team. And I would love to have Governor Pritzker call me. I'd gain respect for him.
He won't call. He won't call. People like him, they play political games with your life. You think he's going to call? Nope. He'll sit there and watch y'all continue to murder yourselves and commit homicide for the next 100 years. And he would never, ever pick up the phone call or put out a phone call to the president of which he is running the state under for help to stop you from dying every 30 seconds. Thanks for watching.